Good morning, all you marvelous Millers. Principal Heim with you live from the Lakeview office. This is Lakeview LIftoff Live. It is a beautiful Monday morning, March the 29th, the last Monday of March. Let's get to it with our morning announcements. I'm going to bring in Mrs. Frame. Good morning, Mrs. Frame. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Did you have a good weekend?
I did.
The weather was beautiful. I hope everybody got to do something outside, at least for a little bit. It was just beautiful. So we got to enjoy this. Think about how cold it was a month and a half ago and how miserable it was and how hot it's going to be. These are great weather. Great weather.
It was. We went on a nice walk and played with chalk outside.
Awesome. Yep. I play on a softball team. We played ball last night, and it was just perfect weather as the sun went down. So, yep. All right, let's get to our morning announcements for this week. Remember last week I challenged everybody to work on respect and kindness to each other. That's not just a day like a kindness day or a kindness week. It's a thing we do. It's a habit. It's a way of life. It's what we do at Lakeview. And I was saying, Mrs. Frame, that we've got some students that need to work on their tone of voice, maybe their nonverbals, slumping in a chair, the way they talk to teachers, or maybe a playground monitor or a cafeteria hostess when corrected or asked to do something. We all need to be showing that respect and kindness. So let's continue to work on that this week. I was telling a friend just on Friday that there are times my boss tells me I have reports I have to do for our school, things I have to turn in. And I had a big report last week that I wasn't too excited about doing, but I still do positive. Absolutely, we'll get it done with a smile, even though inside I'm going, ugh, I don't want to do this. So it's just a great way to show respect and kindness and a good attitude, whether you're a student, a teacher, a principal, whatever. It's a good way to be. All right. I want to do another reminder about, I talked a little bit about this, I don't know, a few weeks ago. So let's just be clear. We haven't had handbook meetings this year because we were home and here and home and here. We haven't had the normal start of school that we normally would have. So just a reminder to everybody that if your teacher has a snack time in class, absolutely okay. Take your mask down, eat your snack, put your mask right back up when you're done eating. If your teacher offers candy as a reward or Miller money purchase, absolutely. Have fun with that. Enjoy it. But it needs to be eaten in that class. We can't take it out of class to the next class or eat it out in the hallway or playground or lunch. Save it for later. If we have any of those things, we need to enjoy them right there in that class. If we're in the cafeteria, let's talk about our food situation. So I have my lunch. I have something I haven't finished and lunch is over. I need to finish that in the cafeteria. Unless the only time we can take food out of the cafeteria is if you have something that is not opened, like a bag of chips that is not opened, and you are not going straight out to recess. If you have lunch second and recess first, and you have like a bag of chips that's unopened, you could carry that bag of chips back to the pod and put it in your backpack in class and save it for when you go home or something like that. If you're going out to recess, if you have lunch first, then you can put that bag of chips in the lunch cart for your class and grab it when recess is over. But nobody is going back to the pods with food. Nobody is taking opened or unopened food out to the playground. Nobody's walking down the halls eating food. That is an expectation of me and all of our staff. So I need everybody to work on that. And then gum, we don't do gum chewing. I found we found several examples of gum being left in carpet and on walls just last week. That is not respecting our school, and it makes it a less desirable place to be when we have nasty stuff like that under desks or under our feet. We have new carpet in a lot of our places, and now we're having to get gum out of the carpet, and that's why we can't have gum. I would love to let everybody have gum, but unfortunately stuff like that happens, and so we can't do it. So that's just a reminder, so make sure everybody let's work on that this week. All right. Mrs. Frame, I think you have something to talk about. What's going on with our March Minute Madness?
Yes, we're going to look at our March Minute Madness matchups for this week. That started yesterday morning. So if you were on iStations or Imagine Math yesterday, then those minutes count towards this week. And then we're also going to look at our week 3 iStations Shoutouts. So these are the students that are going to be getting entries for their hard work or their competition, motivation for other students on iStations from last week. So let's look at week 4 matchups.
All right, here we go. Week 4 matchups. This is the last week, right, Mrs. Frame?
That's right. This is the last week. So here's 4th grade, Bonnie versus Dixon, Gregory versus Metcalf, Latham versus Kofed, and Brown versus Klingerman. Can't wait to see who will win.
I heard Mrs. Metcalf this morning. She was talking about how her class is going to take it this week. She's fired up about it. So just look out, Mrs. Gregory.
And 5th grade, Cannon versus Starkey, Bustos versus Godwin, Ellis versus McCormick, and York versus Dobrinsky.
Very good. I know our 5th grade teachers are fired up. That's a competitive group as well.
And Patrick first hour versus Lee second, Patrick second hour versus Lee third, Patrick third hour versus Lee fifth, and Patrick fifth hour versus Lee's first hour. And in ELA, Stewart's first hour versus Rather's second, Stewart's second hour versus Rather's third, Stewart's third hour versus Rather's fifth, and Stewart's fifth hour versus Rather's first hour.
Fantastic. All right. And now we have the shout outs.
Yep, week 3 ELA iStations.
All right, so I got my drum roll going here on my desk. Here they are. Mrs. Frame, tell us.
Xavier Hughes, Danae Williams, Gail Reyes Flores, Gloria Abraham, Luke Purdom, Bailey Johnson, Jocelyn Guerra, Nico Palzinski, Kennedy Harrison, Joe Freeman, Uriah Pacheco, Selah Mann, Ben Stewart, Lily Lohman, Luke Oberst, Olivia Hamilton, Allison Gutierrez Cervantes, Xavier Cabrera, Ariana Micola, Cherish Mall, Olivia Ward, Macy Hatcher, Lance Meeks, and Zane Finkenbinder. I've seen some names on there that I've said already the past few weeks, so that's awesome. You guys are getting multiple entries.
That's awesome. Yeah, and if their class is winning too, then they have a great chance of going to that party. So Awesome, everybody. We're looking at you. That's fantastic. Love those shout outs because that's not like the top person in the class necessarily. It might be, but not necessarily, right? Their teacher has recognized something else awesome and amazing about their efforts, right, Mrs. Frame?
That's exactly right.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you for that. This is the last week. This is it. So get your entries in, and then we will start doing drawings for who gets to attend the party when we have a nice warm day to be outside and get out of class to celebrate our March Minute Madness. All right. Next, I think we've got birthdays. Let's find out who's having a birthday this week. Not me, not this time, but we have some friends who are ready to celebrate and party. Here we go. Monday, Brooklyn Davis and William Melton. On Thursday, Gabriella Wilburn. And on the weekend, Cherish Mall, Ellison Ramsey, Noah Hooper, and Joey Plumtree. Oh, and I think we have a teacher birthday this week. Do we not, Mrs. Frame?
We do.
Yep, down the hall, if I remember right, in pod 3, Mrs. Bustos. Happy birthday, Mrs. Bustos, on Friday. All right, excellent. All right, time for
Miller 5 shout out.
The Miller 5 shout out.
You know you make me wanna kick my
Who you got, Mrs. Frame?
All right, today's Miller 5 shout out goes to Jaslyn Rodriguez in pod 5. Jaslyn, I'm looking at you. She always has a smile on her face and ready for the day when she greets her teacher in the mornings. She is always on task and following the rules. She is always respectful to her teachers and fellow classmates. Way to show the Miller 5, Jaslyn. This is why you are today's Miller 5 shout out.
Fantastic. All right. Speaking of great people, let's bring in our counselors now because I think we have to find out. Mrs. Frame, I'm sure today has to be a fun and special holiday, and we've got to find out from Mrs. Mann. So let's bring them in. Good morning, Miss Conklin, and good morning, Mrs. Mann.
Good morning.
Did you all have a good weekend?
I did. Yes, it was a very busy, blustery weekend, but beautiful out on the soccer field.
Oh,
Yes,
soccer field. Excellent. All right. Well, it is today. Does it happen to be a holiday?
Well, of course, every day is a holiday. There's something to celebrate every single day. And today is Monday, March 29th. It's a food holiday. It's one of my favorite desserts.
Oh yeah? What's
Yeah.
that?
It's lemon cake day.
Ooh.
Lemon cake.
I love lemon cake. I'm the only one in my family who likes it. So if anyone ever gives us a lemon cake or if we get one at the store, I don't have to share with anybody.
And see, when I was growing up, my aunt would make me a lemon cake every year for my birthday. It was a bundt cake and it had the drizzled icing. Oh. So I'm gonna have to get me some lemon cake today, I think. So
that's a great that's a great plan. Lemon cake day. Love it. All right.
If
Anything
lemon
else
cake's not your favorite, find your favorite cake today, I guess.
Yeah, I think again, as principal, I'm just going to declare that it's just cake day. Have some cake. That's right. Get some cake for a friend, bake a cake, whatever. Enjoy it. That's good. Hey, Mrs. Mann, I'm glad you mentioned soccer. Do you know why?
Could it be a corny joke?
I actually, without planning, this is how in sync we are in the Lakeview office. I have a corny joke about soccer right after you said that, and that really was not planned. So here we go. Everybody ready?
Ready.
Mrs. Frame, I know your son plays soccer too, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
So here we go. The corny joke of the day. Do you all know why Cinderella was so bad at soccer? Nobody wants her on their team. It's sad, but it's true.
It's got to have something to do with a slipper, maybe, but I'm not sure.
No. She kept running away from the ball. So there you go. A soccer corny joke, right on cue.
I
All
was
right,
just thinking she only had one shoe.
Yeah,
And it was a high-heeled one, so how could you play soccer in one
That's a good
high-heeled
reason.
shoe?
And it's glass.
I know I wouldn't try. Anyway. All right, friends. Mrs. Mann, Miss Conklin, you have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow for Admit 1.
All right. Bye, everybody.
All right, Mrs. Frame, I'll let you lead us in our flag salutes. If everyone would stand up, ready and respectful. Oh, we got the creed first. Go ahead. Still standing. Oh, let me bring Mrs. Frame back in. I took her out by mistake. There you are. I'm like, Mrs. Frame, let's go. Come on. Where are you?
I'm here. Okay, please quietly stand and get ready for our student creed and pledges. I am a Lakeview student. I am not perfect. I will strive for the Miller 5. I am a buddy, not a bully. I take care of my school. I can do anything. I can overcome any obstacle. I try to be the best learner that I can be so that I can reach my goals. I encourage and inspire others to make good choices and reach their goals. I am a Lakeview student.
Yes.
Now our flag salute.
Enthusiasm.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma. Its symbols of peace unite all people. You may be seated for your moment of silence. During this time, you may reflect, meditate, pray, or engage in other silent activity.
Okay, Mrs. Frame, I snuck an extra thing in here. I don't know if you saw, but I have a little bit of a surprise. So everybody knows Miss Peggy, right? So I talked about how one of the ways we show respect to our school, talking about that gum thing, I would hate when Mrs. Peggy has so many desks and tables and all that to clean off to keep us still safe from COVID that she's having to get gum out of the carpet. So she's one of our hardworking gals, does so much to keep our school looking great. And we also remember she was the last Spark Award winner, right? Because our Spark Award winner does all these positive things that make a great impact on our school and keep it a positive, happy place. Well, she sent me a picture this morning to let us all know, and I want everyone to see this picture. She wanted us to know that Spark, our positivity mascot for the adults at Lakeview, is ready for Easter. So take a look at this. Miss Peggy in her office. Look, Spark has bunny ears.
He does. He's so cute.
Isn't he? And he's got a little bunny basket behind him and all that. So with Easter coming up next Sunday, Spark has his Easter basket and his bunny ears on. I absolutely love that. So Miss Peggy shared that with me. I wanted everyone to see it this morning. Isn't that great?
So cute.
All right. Well, there you go. Another bit of positivity from Miss Peggy for everybody. All right, Mrs. Frame, let's launch the day.
We are.
Lakeview.
We are not.
Average.
We will strive.
For the Miller 5.
And whatever it takes, we will
grow.
3, 2, 1.
Lift off. Have a magnificent Monday, everybody. We'll see you later.